Good morning, eighth grade. It's Tuesday, March 31st. Can you believe it's already the end of this month? Seems like forever since I saw you in person, but we're going to keep on studying at home so that everybody can stay safe. So today I would like for you to take out your spelling book, and we're looking at page 58, list 23. We're going to go over the first 5 vocabulary words. I kind of did this a little bit early last week, so y'all should really know these pretty well. Let's take a look at these first 5 words. These are what you're going to be writing today. You'll be copying the 5 vocabulary words and their definitions 3 times. So the first one is abyss, meaning a bottomless pit. Second one is alternative, meaning the choice of 1 or 2 options. Next is commence, which means to begin, kind of like in graduation exercises, they call it commencement exercises, beginning into their new life that they're going to be doing outside of K through 12 school. Next one, concerted, it's a planned or accomplished usually by many people. And then number 5, conjecture, to judge or conclude based on guesswork. So I've got the sentences that I'm going to read the definition in, and y'all figure out which of those 5 words would replace it. So faced with the choice of 1 of 2 options, eating his broccoli or not getting dessert, Nathan chose eating his vegetables. So the answer to that would be what? Alternative. It would be an alternative. Faced with the alternative of eating his broccoli. The next one, baseball games frequently start with the singing of our national anthem. So that would be commence, because commence also means the same thing as start. The next one, despite the planned or accomplished, usually by many people, pleading of his entire family, Mr. Jacobs could not be persuaded to take them to Hawaii. So that would be despite his planned or accomplished, usually by many people, despite his concerted pleading. And then here's one. When I read a novel by Agatha Christie, I like to judge or conclude based on guesswork how she will resolve the plot. To conclude based on guesswork, that would be what? If you said conjecture, you got it correct. All right, and then the last one, undaunted by the depth of the bottomless pit that separated him from the choicest grass, the mountain goat leaped nimbly across the opening. What would a bottomless pit be? It would be an abyss. So those are your 5 words that I want you to copy today. Copy those words and the definitions 3 times. All right, next I'd like you to take out your Of Places book, Of Places, and turn to page 332. This is the story To Repel Boarders. To Repel Boarders on page 332. I'm going to ask you to read this story today. It's only about 4 pages. I think it goes to page 335 is the end of it. And then on page 336, you'll see the questions for Think It Through. So I would like for you to answer those questions after you read it. Please, on your paper, title it To Repel Boarders, Think It Through. So I'll know which story that you are repelling, that you are doing the Think It Through for. So I'd like for you to do your spelling, vocabulary. Also read the story To Repel Boarders. Pay very close attention. It's a pretty exciting story. I think you're going to like it. And then answer the questions for Think It Through. Next, I would like for you to take out your grammar book, please. I'm really anxious to read your cinquains from yesterday. I hope you had a good time writing those. You have to be pretty exact with it, but I think they're kind of fun. It's almost like a puzzle. So I'm really interested in reading what you did yesterday. But I'd like for you to turn now to page 229. Page 229. All right. On page 229, we're looking at recognizing interjections. This is not new. We've talked about interjections several times throughout the year in the sentences that we've covered. So take a look at number 1. An interjection is an exclamatory word that's not related to the other words. We use them all the time. Oh man, I forgot my notebook. Can I go to my locker? Oh man is an interjection. So take your highlighter or your pen or pencil, and I want you to underline or highlight interjection, exclamatory word, not related to other words in the sentence. And then number 2, an exclamation point is usually used after the interjection. So highlight exclamation point, usually used after an interjection. But a comma can be used after a mild one. So highlight comma may be used after mild, circle mild interjection. So look at your example. Congratulations, that's great news. Congratulations is your interjection. But I want you to notice the next word. If you put an exclamation mark after your interjection, your next word needs to begin with a capital letter. So it's almost like the interjection is its own sentence. It's really not, but it does have punctuation like it's a sentence. So you need to put the next letter in the sentence capitalized. Look at the next one. Hello, my name is Jacob. Well, sometimes you're like, hello is not really an exciting one, but evidently in this sentence it is. And so usually when you walk up to someone, you don't go, hello, my name is Becky Walker. You say, hello, my name is Becky Walker. So you would put the exclamation mark there. And the next one, brr, it's cold in here. So brr is not really a strong interjection. So there's the comma after that one. But notice that there's an exclamation point at the end of the sentence there. All right. So let's look at number 3. This is study the examples of diagramming interjections. Interjections just go on a line over to the left of the subject if that comes at the beginning of the sentence. So you've got congratulations. That is news. What kind of news? Great. So your congratulations comes up above to the left of your subject of your sentence, and you underline it. The next one, hello, my name is Jacob. Same thing. Name is Jacob. Whose name? My name. And so your hello comes up above name to the left. Same thing for brr, it's cold in here. So you've got your interjection up at the top left all by itself, and then it is cold. Is your linking verb. Notice on all 3 sentences that the line slants because is a linking verb, and then you've got predicate adjectives or predicate nominative. Jacob's is a predicate nominative because you're renaming the name as Jacob. But then news is also a predicate nominative, but then you've got cold, and that's a predicate adjective. So notice that when you use those linking verbs, that line slants. Now, I want you to do exercise A. You're going to write 6 original sentences that contain interjections. So that means 6 sentences that you make up yourself and put an interjection on there. Remember, put an exclamation point after your interjection. Unless it's mild, then you put a comma. But after your exclamation point, you're going to capitalize the next letter. If you only use a comma, then you're not going to capitalize the next letter. So I want you to do exercise A, which has 6 sentences that you're going to make up that have interjections in them. And then exercise B, you're going to diagram those sentences. So you're going to just diagram it like you normally would, and then your interjection goes up at the top to the left-hand side of your subject. So I want you to do exercise A and exercise B. After you finish, put this on pause till you finish, and then turn the page. Well, welcome back. Now that you diagrammed your sentences, I know that diagramming is not some of your favorite things, but it does help you understand the parts of speech. It helps you break down something small or something large into smaller parts. So let's take a look at page 230. This is reviewing prepositions, conjunctions, and interjections. You're going to identify each italicized word as a preposition, P-R-E-P, or a conjunction, C-O-N-J, or an interjection, I-N-T-E-R-G. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to look at the sentence and you're going to find the italicized words, and you're going to decide whether they're going to be an interjection, conjunction, or a preposition. Remember, prepositions start the beginning of prepositional phrases. Interjections are those words that are spoken that really don't have any relationship to the rest of the sentence. And then our conjunctions are connecting words. So I want you to look at number 1. Ah, Lord God, behold, I cannot speak, for I am a child. All right, so we were looking at ah. What would that be? It's an interjection. And then you have another one that's italicized. The word for is a conjunction. So you would put I-N-T-E-R-G over interjection, and you would put C-O-N-J over conjunction. All right, look at number 2. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. So let's take a look at these italicized words. You've got in. So what is in? What comes after in? In the Lord. So now we know that's the preposition because it's the beginning of a prepositional phrase. With, look at what comes after it. With all thine heart. Again, preposition. The next one, and. And look what comes after it. And lean not. Okay, so that's not a preposition. It's joining this first part of the sentence to the second part of the sentence. So that one is a what? A conjunction, right? Okay. All right, and then look at the next one. Unto, what comes after it? Unto thine own understanding. And that is a what? A preposition. All right, I want you to look down at number 5 because this is a little bit of a tricky one. Number 5, if the trumpet give an uncertain sound, who shall prepare himself to the battle? Let's look at if. If is at the beginning of the sentence, but it is connecting the two. Remember our rule on page 224 about that there are subordinating conjunctions that join two unequal parts of the sentence. So you've got if the trumpet give an uncertain sound. That's not an independent clause. That's a dependent clause. And then you've got who shall prepare himself to the battle. That's an independent clause. So actually this if is a conjunction that's joining these two, even though it comes at the beginning of the sentence. So I wanted to kind of explain that one to you because that one was a little bit tricky, sticking it at the beginning of the sentence. So number 5, if is a conjunction. So what would to be? It begins to the battle. So yes, that would be a preposition. All right, so now I want you to do numbers 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. If you'll pause this video, I'll go over the answers in just a minute. Try to do it yourself. It's just like any kind of practice. If you don't practice, you're not going to do well in the main thing, whether it's sports, whether it's grammar, whatever it is, music, anything. If you don't practice, you don't do well when it comes down to really needing to know the information. So please do these on your own, and then we'll go back and check to see how you did. Okay, all finished? Let's go back and look at number 3. Have mercy upon me, O God, according to thy loving kindness. O is an interjection. According to is the preposition. Remember, that's those ones that have more than one word, but that's a preposition. According to is considered one preposition. Number 4, O, let the wickedness of the wicked come to an end, but establish the just. Now, O is an interjection. To is a preposition. To an end is the phrase. But is a conjunction. So that one had one of each in it. All right, we did number 5. So let's look at number 6. Lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them, and the glory of the Lord shone round about them. That's from Luke 2:9. Of is the beginning of the prepositional phrase of the Lord. So it's a preposition. Of the Lord, the next of the Lord is the same. It's the beginning of a prepositional phrase, so it's also a preposition. Number 7, Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh. In the days is the prepositional phrase. So in is going to be a preposition. Excuse me. While the evil days come not. That's a conjunction. That's joining that first phrase to the next part of the sentence. Nor the years draw nigh. Also a conjunction, joining that phrase to the rest of the sentence. Number 8, when I became a man, I put away childish things. That one, again, is that conjunction at the beginning of the sentence that's connecting these two. You could even do the sentence backwards. I put away childish things when I became a man. And that kind of helps you know, yes, it is a conjunction, even though it's at the beginning of the sentence. Number 9, peace be within thy walls and prosperity within thy palaces. Within is a preposition that starts at that prepositional phrase, within thy walls. And is a conjunction. It joins those two parts of the sentences to our sentence together. And number 10, the ants are a people not strong, yet they prepare their meat in the summer. All right, you've got yet is a conjunction that's joining both of those phrases to make the sentence. And then you have in the summer. That's the beginning of a prepositional phrase, so that would be a preposition. All right, let's look at exercise B. Correct any incorrect prepositional usage in the following sentences. Your class would have been more enjoyable if you had done your homework. How would we change that? I hope you said there's no such thing as would have. It would be would have been. Number 2, mother divided the last pizza among the 3 boys. I'm sorry, I read the answer. So it would be mother divided the last pizza. You would get rid of between and you would say among the 3 boys. Why? Because there's more than 2 boys. Number 3, where are you going after school would be correct. You would take out the 2. Where are you going to after school? You wouldn't use that. You take out the 2 and you say after school. All of the students except Mark have gone to the classroom. That's number 4. Is that the correct except? No, you would use the one that starts with an E. So you would cross out except and put the one that starts with an E. Where will the meeting be held at? Never end a sentence with the preposition. Okay, so it needs to be where will the meeting be held? Number 6, did you notice the sign outside of the building? You would take out the of and it would be, did you notice the sign outside the building? Number 7, besides the foods, the expenses amounted up to $479. So you're going to say, besides the food, the expenses amounted to $479. You never say up to. Number 8, we will be leaving at about noon. You would say, we will be leaving at noon, or we will be leaving about noon, but not both at and about. Number 9, Vicki was sitting besides the airport window wondering where all the planes were going to. Okay, first of all, you would take out the S and besides, and you would just say that Vicki was sitting beside the airport window where all the planes were going, period. Take the 2 out of the sentence. Number 10, among you and me, the book was much more interesting than I expected. How many people are there? 2, just you and me. So you're going to say between you and me instead of among. Number 11, Lisa would have enjoyed helping decorate for the party, but she was late. You would take out the of and you would say, Lisa would have enjoyed helping decorate for the party. Excuse me. Number 12, at about the end of the semester, we will be accepting nominations for class officers. First of all, you're going to take out at about. You're going to say at the end of the semester, or you're going to say about the end of the semester, but not both of them. And then you've got accepting. That one is the incorrect one. You're going to need accepting with the A. That would be the correct form of accepting. All right, so that ends the grammar part of the lesson for today. So I want you to go back and think about what you need to do. I want you to do your vocabulary 1 through 5, copying them 3 times, and the definitions. Also, I want you to read the story in Of Places to Repel Borders, and you're going to do the Think It Through. On the next video, I'm going to be reading the next chapters of The Island of the Blue Dolphin. If you're reading those on your own, that's great. If you're not and you want to read along with me, just click on the next video and I'll be reading the next 3 chapters. I did put on GroupMe for your parents to see that there is an open book test on the first part of the book, pages 1 through 73. So I hope you're working on that. If you finished it, just put it in your stack where you're keeping all of your papers to turn in, because that will be graded. So make sure that you do get that done. Also, keep reading your pages or your parts of your book today. I think we're on 13, 14, and 15 chapters. It would be, no, we're on page 4, or chapters 14, 15, 16, starting on page 86 in my book, but you should be reading through chapter 16 today. I hope you're enjoying the book, and I'll be back tomorrow. Have a great day.